Interrupt. 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 Special coming. Interrupt. Five, four, three, two, one. Special coming. Target you. Target you. Special coupling. Target you. Target you.
Well done. The Queen is furious over the destruction of her experiments. Keep pushing.
Shockwave. 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 Shockwave.
I infiltrated the Queen's court, Master. She suspects nothing. I was hoping our paths would cross. Just, you have seen too much, and I cannot leave any loose ends. My secret dies with you! Marked for death.
Watch your step.
Void taken. Quick and painless. Final twilight. Cut to ribbons.
Stay away from lines. Watch your step.
I strike from everywhere. Shredded.
Stay away from lines.
Gutted.
Watch your step.
Devouring darkness. Surrender to the night.
Line on you.
Marked for death.
Watch your step. Stay away from lions. What? Run out. Stay away from lions. Watch your step.
Executed. The stars cannot reach you here.
Line on you.
Exposing the ethereal has the Queen questioning everyone in her court.
Impressive. But did you believe you were fighting the real thing? I will leave the Queen to you. I get paid regardless. I will let your bounties grow before I collect. Until then, watch your back.
spare you. Good health.
I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable. My thanks for your patronage. My directive is to serve you.
Damage is still good on the shield. The lust has been popped to try and get through. Scott's now down as well. I feel like that is definitely the jump moment now.
Oh yeah.
No way you can make progress with only one tank at this point. All right. Not a great pull, but it is following 2 back-to-back great pulls. So we are at least happy about that.
Dude, I just glance at chat and somebody goes, Americans. Why does the percentage on the leaderboard change? Well, one of them is the imperial system, the other one is metric.
That's right.
Listen, you guys put your periods and commas in the wrong spot on your numbers. Don't come lecturing us about our numbers, okay?
That's right. Miles, inches, cups. Month, month, day, day, year, 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 year.
Amen.
Okay, I didn't expect you to say it year 4 times.
That's the amount of
that's
inches that go in a year.
That's a good point.
I don't know what to tell you. A lot of the...
No idea why the doc spends hours chewing on it. I can think without omega-3, proteins, or vitamin C, nutrition. I'm a balanced energy,
I was born this way. Drive this confidence.
Get a piece of me. With Bimzelix, I get what to say.
I'm back. I can love my skin again.
Bimzelix targets and blocks IL-17A plus F to calm
Getting myself back.
severe psoriasis, control plaques.
I will give myself back freedom of short. Black again. From east to toe. Most people got 100% clear skin.
Saw him after the first one. Serious side effects. Suicidal hospital. Infections and lower problems. Analyses of burn. Tell your doctor if he's any worse. What vaccine or plan is correct.
Start to get yourself back.
Ask your dermatologist about Bimzelix.
There we go. Wait, this is Canada. No, wait, that's America. They were singing out Canada out in the production area before. got baited. You gotta watch out. They're gonna try and sneak into No Canada at some point. You gotta be on your toes.
It's crazy that you start talking about Tea in the Harbor and then you just completely miss
Look,
her.
you gotta be vigilant, okay? We've got spies infiltrating us here.
That's true. Are you an other spies?
Well, okay, look, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
Alright, here comes that third Froth overlap. So we've managed to save our BRs to this point of P1. That's good. But the hardest part is yet to come, and Football was immediately upon me saying that. 2 DBS players. Luckily, one of them is Impec. He has an Ankh, so he'll be able to get back up. And Riku also takes that res.
Pop him off so that cooldown of Ankh stays reducing.
Starts recovering.
Yep, perfect.
Very good. Now here comes the 4 reactive Froth overlap.
And then they have the 4 toxins next, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's coming right now.
Overlap. Webs into place 4 toxins.
Yep, web blades will be coming out as well here.
Dwarf. Or not dwarf, gnome.
Yep, gnome racial, escape artist. Dodge.
Big dwarf.
Up. There we go.
All right.
Cover the people with the debuffs. Get at the AMCs for the 4-stack pop.
Yeah, a little bit of time there. The AMZ with darkness. Impact standing just in the edge of that AMZ. And it looks like everybody is exceedingly healthy going into this intermission.
This is good. Every single time that rest goes off, though, you know, you have people drop incredibly low. Additionally, if they get pulled into any of the gunk, it's just... Unless you're Gibbs, you'll probably die.
Astral shift.
Oh, yeah.
Astral shift now being used. And this is one of the other problems. One of the reasons we saw so many wipes in P2 is that you have to use so many defensives to live this intermission.
If you ever get clipped by a wave as well, it also just takes... It might even one-shot you if you're...
Yeah.
Yes. We see Yips take them sometimes, and he drops incredibly low.
Yeah,
so
those waves do not mess around on Mythic difficulty. Must be dodged.
Good timing on the push here. Plenty of free space. Nobody has to stand
It's not bad
here, which means they should be nice and topped going into the start of phase 2
65.2 is actually kind of high on the boss, all things considered. I think the best P1 push was about 63.5.
With 2 deaths, we're
happy with this.
To be.
Yeah, doesn't matter for this pool. There's no effect on it except for if they were playing the Fire Mage, it would be nice to get it to 35 before they get to those harder overlaps, right? But other than that, it doesn't really change too much about how anybody plays. I guess the Shadow burns as well as it gets low.
Oh, Nick is dead.
That's not great, but we will have a res on the second platform. We haven't yet committed our lust. We can maybe do a healer lust a little early.
I think you gotta do it now just to make sure people stay topped.
Yeah, exactly. With one healer,
is so difficult.
it is very sketchy, again, especially because people don't have those defensives to help keep themselves topped.
The upside is it is that H-Priest, so at least it's not like the Holy Paladin.
No, Nick is on Joker, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying this.
Oh, the H-Priest is on this side.
Yes, the H-Priest is on the same side as the Invoker.
Yeah, okay.
Coming in phase 2, you pretty much need to get into the installation spaces.
Here's the
where
lust.
most of the damage comes out. We'll have the addition of the rust here.
You guys is 5.
Everybody's pressing defensive here, too.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, Sang not even going for that drive-by.
No, not going for the drive-by anymore. Just landing the secure.
The shield heads are down, so it's about staying alive. We've gotten Nick back up. He's back with the crew. He's healing those health bars up. Second rest coming up. Got the phase
spell, too.
right after spell. Keep the health bars topped. Okay, I think...
Uh-oh. Oh, wait. That seems not intentional. Wait a second. Hack. He went up to the top, right? Okay,
Tremendously hacked.
so they have that on one side, which is really, really, really bad.
Okay, unfortunately he's died here, but actually it looks like he used the portal. You use it like 1 second before you use the platform to get up to the next platform early. That's kind of cool.
That was interesting. I don't think
it's useful, but it's cool.
No, that's not useful at all, I don't think. Good to know that it can happen.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
All right.
never go through the portal at the end of a platform, right?
Yeah, exactly, because it's about to disappear anyway.
Here we go. We get another last phase.
So we're down a healer, but that's not the end of the world. We don't have a B-res for a while, so we will not be able to fix that, but it's okay. We can still see some prog in this phase.
Not a lot of experience in this last phase is team healer.
Exactly. He's dying. I mean, maybe like topping during the Shackles Acolyte overlap is going to be hard.
I think the whenever they go through the portal and everybody gets those circles underneath them as well, that can also be a bit tough. But just by optimizing the amount of people that are blinking or porting over that wave, that can also reduce the amount of damage that's going off.
They're doing the same positioning they did last pull, where they have the ranged DPS sort of in front of the boss, and then they're going to do a large movement of the boss for the
Yeah.
Acolyte.
Can we cut to THD's POV? Because I think that watching this from a range perspective makes a little bit more sense. Than
no, we can't.
Okay, never mind.
We die.
Lamau.
No CC on the Spiderlings.
It looks like they just did
I
walk
have
into the
an
boss,
extended
and that
supply
led
of
to this
goods
pull
for
going the bad way.
Outlanders.
Unfortunate Because they actually were still in position to see a lot of new stuff there. I'm not sure how those ended up going into the boss. Maybe an early sweep, maybe a missed or late binding, maybe the boss didn't. Our channel, well, no, you have until pull 210, right?
15 more pulls.
Yeah, I like your chances
The
still.
cool thing about this, we've now seen them able to do that second phase cleanly. Down the DPS, down a healer.
Yeah. Very good.
They
Now
figured out this phase.
I would love to see them kind of be looking to move that Bloodlust out of phase 2. I think that that's maybe the next step of like progression on this fight, is being able to move that Lust out of phase 2 into that final phase. But we've seen in the last 5 pulls, 3 of them go the distance into the last phase, which is, I mean, that's what we need to be able to see to watch Liquid really take chunks out of this fight.
there's it. There's the O Canada on the kazoos. With the Monopoly buddy as well.
Is that the Queen?
I think it is.
I have redirected forces loyal to me
They tell me
away
that he's a
from the
professionally trained
dispatch these
musician, but I
guards
don't
before they can
understand
raise
how.
an alarm.
Look at the whites of his eyes. You can see the
Otherwise,
whites of
you'll
his
be
eyes
encumbered with additional
beneath and
forces.
above the iris. That's just most
Believe
sane
it or
production
not,
member.
The Canadian money is actually scratch and sniff. It smells like maple syrup.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me anyways.
Invaders, sound the alarm!
Incredible.
Well, I think that's going to do it for our time on the casting desk. Any final thoughts? Not the Canada part, that's the great part.
Exactly what we need as the companies want to see by the end of this shift. At least half your full space to make creative. They got that one.
Really good. One, I would say, has been looking a little bit sketchier than I would have liked, but the 2 and first intermission have gotten better than I was hoping for with the times they've been making it to them. So yeah, I think we're in for some very, very rapid progression over the next few hours.
Okay, so that's going to conclude our time on the desk. We will be replaced with some other casters after this Monster Energy listen-in. Big shout out to our sponsors at Coinbase, Secret Lab, Monster Energy, Alienware, Radar.io, Wowhead, Warcraft Lodge, Dungeon Dojo. We're going to be cutting to a Monster Energy listen-in, and you will be returned with some casters in just a few minutes. Be right back.
And then we move to the other side before this one drops.
The pathetic conspirators have finally crawled from their holes to attack my palace. I appreciate you making the extermination of your futile resistance all the easier. Brax, feed.
Would you want to start on the far
5,
side?
4, 3, 2, 1. Watch your step. Help, sir.
So, like, would you pull the boss over, like, the spawn queen summons here, but that's wrong. The boss spawn queen summons here. Right?
Watch your step.
From the spiders. And range.
Watch your step.
And finish them, Brax!
Killers. Charging. Move. Charging. Move. Charging. Move. Charging. Move. Watch your step.
Where is it? I just believe it. Fucking insane. I actually think next time we go run alive, we should do the second part.
Watch your step. Run out. Help so.
Destroy the supports! Send them screaming into the pits below!
It's been 56. Yeah, then probably not.
Watch your step. Move to left. Run out. Help soak. Watch your step.
And finish them, warcraft!
Kill out.
And then we load your lives after. Finish them.
Let the royal guard fish their corpses from the pool. The harvest cannot be interrupted.
You're ready to break the roots. In 3, 2, 1. And then dodge your webs, cells. And then the pops here. Press hits. Oh! Whoa! I tried to back it.
What happens to me?
Destroy the invaders before they ruin the harvest.
Scott, they said they may have hot fix bear threat issues.
My death is crazy.
They didn't insane.
I feel like I saw it this hole, but so unless it was like false milliseconds.
I was made for sport, a serious sport. I used to bounce and was bright yellow. I'm made of nothing that would help a dog live a happy, healthy life. I have no lean proteins, vitamin C, or omega-3s like Nutrish Whole Health Blend. I was not made to be eaten.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for balanced energy, active mind, and immune support. Helping dogs, dog healthy.
The blood is becoming volatile. Stop the invaders before it manifests.
Everyone is a gossip. No one gets out of here alive.
Stay on trend with The Real Housewives of New York City, Tuesday at 9 on Bravo, and streaming on Peacock.
That's cold.
That's brisk, baby.
Sorry, honey, it's a work thing.
Mine's also a work thing. I just need someone to cover my shift.
So is mine. Alan says your business vehicle is now covered with Progressive.
Protected 24/7, just like your home and auto.
Oh, that's great.
So dinner time's just phone time now?
Sorry. You know, I heard that ground turkey is the healthiest poultry.
You know what? Never mind. Just be on your phones.
It's on second act life.
Could be instead of preview.
It's just second act life. I think you probably had Riku there initially, so it's just.
Yeah, you're right. I just didn't change it there. I also didn't change it here. I think Priest going early is good, so they never have to worry about it.
W.
Need nuts, bud.
Give him nuts, buddy.
They're already down across the room, buddy.
The queen will have her prize!
Also, it just came up.
What the hell?
You're good. You've been saved by the cooldown.
What the hell?
Hell. That was so fucking funny when it happened.
I'm actually not smart. I'm not sure if it's smart to take it Lust off of the P2 intermission right now.
Get on there.
Like P2's second thing. Because like we're making progress in P3 right now, and I feel like delaying that would be bad. Like if there's even a chance we wipe without Lust, it just doesn't make sense.
We should make sure there's no chance in. Until we're wiping to the second
I have aggro.
And our strategy looks good. I don't think you move it.
Yeah,
they haven't fixed it. Yeah, they fixed it. Good
Okay, I'll let them know that it's not fixed.
Neutral. He just said they fixed it. I think we're set. That's the ways. W beanbag. Look at my gun. I mean, I was doing the 200k less DPS. So.
I was just in my cooldown, so it makes sense.
Can you describe it? Actually,
I mean, it's just like when I shift,
Shockwave.
it gives me like a nameplate. It's not even when I shift into bear, it's when I shift to cat or anything, it just like generates massive amount of threat.
You told them that already, right?
Shockwave.
And the type of shifting.
Right now.
Shockwave. 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 Shockwave.
We found you in there. On the rise.
Shockwave.
Force that down.
Shockwave.
Ahead, but not by a mile. Watch wave. You should beat, just watch the last wave. Not hit by a fucking orb. That side has a lot of debuff. Might have
Watch your feet.
left. 3, 2, 1.
Interrupt team.
Everyone personal. Stuck on the range side. And 3, 2, 1.
Grandpa. Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Lines go right. Shoot the back up. Range
I picked someone up accident, so.
Okay, watch orbs, watch orbs. Watch orbs.
Grab my ass.
Yeah, I did.
Where is it?
I'll get this one.
Okay, good.
Oh, no,
Everyone get close. Melee are going in 3, 2, 1. Ranged, acolytes. Good, spread out. We should have rescue. Oh, we don't have the rescue assignments yet. That's okay. Keep going. Make sure the boss gets ready and infest, and then this one has to be moved fast. The queen summons. Oh no, this one's actually not true. This is the same as before.
Just got your something.
This is the same as before.
On fire though.
Infest closed. Our binding is dead. So keep the sweep. Yeah, his sweep. Make sure there's spit on. Spit, spit, spit. Good. Everyone AoE. Move the boss. We just need to slow them. Yeah. Nice. Finish them. Oh my god.
The vortex done.
Yep, okay. Send these to the left. Go left with these, left with these, left with these, left with these. Everyone else personal, everything?
That's okay. Boom. I mean, I was like waiting for the acid die, but they weren't. I have to like move it over sooner.
CC word on these ads, not yellowed. It should just be marks signed into what, Shaq stun.
I mean, I feel like, honestly, like we do one CC, I move the boss, and then I just put a ring on the boss, or I guess you don't want the...
Let's play Bob's Dare to Compare. Sam and Chris are hunting for the perfect small space sofa. Both have pop-up sleepers and hidden storage, but my Playday has USB ports, built-in shelving, and a drop-down table with cup holders. Theirs is over $2,000, but how much is mine? Spin that wheel, Chris. All those features and my Playday is still just $7.99. See how much you can save when you dare to compare. In store or at mybobs.com. I was made for sport, a serious sport. I used to bounce and was bright yellow. I'm made of nothing that would help a dog live a happy, healthy life. I have no lean proteins, vitamin C, or omega-3s like Nutrish Whole Health Blend. I was not made to be eaten.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for balanced energy, active mind, and immune support. Helping dogs, dog healthy.
Oh, look at that jet stream. Weather. Oh.
Yep, they're calling it an atmospheric river.
It is coming down.
Oh, flood warning in Louisiana.
Are they obsessed?
Oh yeah, the stuff they do on the green screen, unbelievable.
They said 10% chance of rain. Seems more like 40% to me.
No.
It has nothing to do with the dew point.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
What are those, cumulus clouds?
You just heard from Monster Energy in that listen in, but of course our presenting partner Coinbase, as well as Secret Lab, Alienware, Radaro, Wowhat, Warcraft Blocks, and the Dungeon Dojo, as well as our charity partner, the Santa Monica Animal Shelter. Now, we do have a little bit of a new treat for you guys at home. We have a treasure trove that you can win. All you need to do is complete the Derp Shirt quest on MyBlue. It's free to sign up, and then we have a whole collection of things that you can take home, all of the Liquid Guild stuff. It's pretty cool, so I'd recommend you check that out. But yeah, we are continuously seeing more and more really deep tries, like the one that just happened. Not a new best in terms of boss HP, but we're getting there stable, we're getting into P3 without losing too many players, everybody alive in there, and now it's all down to how to kind of, oh yeah, that's the treasure trove, is it?
Yeah, part of it.
Part of it. All of these things.
It's a lot Monster Energy case, a case of a good old white, their favorite.
I love that yellow
sugar-free.
shirt, by the way. The one I'm wearing today, it's quite good.
Oh, the shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. There we
And
go.
the
Yeah.
little dragon plushie.
Yeah, this is a lot of stuff. Look at
Look at this.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Is a collector's edition in there too? Is that a CE?
Yeah, we're adding
20th anniversary collector's edition, Secret Lab chair, case of Monster, like 5 mouse pads. There's some of the Sherpas. These are like big jackets with Illidan and Arthas on them on the back, as well as the hoodie on top of it.
As well as mouse pads. We got a tray of monsters in there as well.
That's crazy.
Raider's favorite.
Can I enter?
I don't know if you can enter, but people can enter at TL.gg/myblue. Again, completely free to sign up, or just scan this QR code. Wow, that was a hard word combination.
Yeah, if you don't, I will, Cal.
All you have to do is complete the Derp Shirt quest to be entered for a chance to win all of that. So get on there, try that out. But coming back to this poll, I feel like we're starting to see some of the strats that I'm sure they came up with before, like that very early portal. You were kind of like freaking out about Yips going in there.
Yeah, he went in super early when that ring was encroaching from the outside in Phase 3, but he's there to move as far as possible. They have a handful of optimizations going on already. I am just amazed this boss is still so high in health. It is 46% after like 2 minutes in the final phase. They're heading in super high, but like you said, they're getting back to that point in the fight where they went there with a full rate alive, right? All 20 were alive. They might even have had a battle reds available going into that Phase 3, and they're seeing some of the nasty mechanical overlaps, which there's a lot of that they need to see to kill this boss.
It's very high, although it's not without options, really, to get past that point. A lot of times, there's only so many things they can focus on at once, okay? You know, it's just like you in the morning. There's only so many things that you want to take on once you get started. Exactly. Well, that's what they got to get started with. They got to get started with getting up to the end of the encounter first before they can start worrying about some of that extra damage. We've always seen them beating the shield, for example, in the first intermission with, I want to say, like 4 or 5 seconds to spare almost every single time. That's some damage that they can further maximize. Of course, just Phase 1 damage is always going to be relevant throughout the entirety of the encounter. So whatever damage they can optimize there is going to pay dividends later on. And they also are just really trying to prioritize seeing as far in as they can. I mean, the conversation that they had on the listen in was really just all about how they can optimize ad damage without pulling damage off the boss.
Yeah, I mean, they're holding the ads like, I mean, if the boss is here, the ads are right here.
Yeah.
Like, you even heard Max say, let's try and put the ads under the boss in a wipe and put a ring there and see if it actually absorbs the ads or not. Like, they're trying to get every little bit of maximum cleave they can on the ads while also cleaving the boss for, you said, much damage as possible.
We're going to be taking a look at a replay of the try that we just saw, and everything up until here looked pretty good if you take into account that some of these health bars are kind of scary looking, but players are going to be yeeted up into the donut. Phase 3 here is coming in for the entire raid team, and we'll get to take another look at how exactly this phase plays out here. Now, for anybody that's maybe not yet as familiar with that last phase, we do have extra ads coming in here, similar to what we saw in phase 2, but now they're dropping an item that players will have to carry through the rings. It's only a 15-second hold, then it drops automatically, and you get a 4-minute debuff, so you cannot carry another one yet again. So it is spread out on who carries which one, but yeah, that was unfortunately the wipe.
Yeah, you saw that big blue ring around Yips in that POV, though. That's the ring that spawns the ads, and they're holding it basically under the boss. If they touch the boss, it's over.
Yep.
Right? So they're putting a Ring of Peace there. They said the first set can be Ring of Peace, which gets you max melee cleave, those Frosty Ks, those warriors, all grinding everything down, cleaving the boss. Second set might be more like just stun-based, AoE stun. But, I mean, like we talked about, even in the first phase, they've already looked at optimizing damage, holding the froth close to the boss. It's just getting back to that point, which is a slog, but we're getting there.
Yes, it absolutely is a slog, and this is an easy area where teams can get a little ahead or a little bit behind each other, is having unnecessary deaths, wipes, time spent in phase 1, where almost every single pull at this point should be going into phase 3, should be getting slightly deeper every single time, and figuring out what's the extra damage they can optimize here, how can they make sure they get the ads down properly, and as you're mentioning as well, Makes, dealing with the effigies after killing those acolytes off. There's a crazy amount of damage coming for holding those effigies, getting them through the portal, make sure they're diffused properly, and then it's one time basically for everybody in the raid except for tanks.
Yeah, so the way that they spawn, we're not entirely sure just yet if they keep on ramping. We know that the first wave has 3, and then I believe the second wave has 4, but what does the wave after that have? Is it 3 again? Is it 4 again? Is it possibly 5? And if it is anything more than 3, we have a little bit of a problem on our hands, because the way that the debuffs work out then is that 2 players will have to sacrifice themselves in order to make sure that all of the effigies are being carried through the rings. And either that means we cannot use any of the battle rests, which we've been there before, or that means we'll play the rest of the fight with 2 players down, and then that's just how that looks. Or if that's not possible, that's the end range of the fight, and we need to kill the boss until then, which sounds terrifying to me personally.
Yeah, it is terrifying because there's a lot of health left from that boss, but like Jack mentioned, there's always a lot of ways you can find little minuscule gains in DPS, whether it's the first phase or pulling CDs off the actual shield. Like we talked about, that blue bar, most of the players' UI, when they're in that shield phase, intermission, it shows that bar counting down how far they're ahead of the shield break, that third grip. So I would actually venture to guess the longer it goes on, the closer they are to that bar, barely not breaking that shield, but pulling CDs off for more on the boss.
Yeah, and you might even see a couple wipes as a result of them trying to maximize the damage, find what the sort of proper quantity to like how close do you want it to get without while it's still remaining consistent. That's always going to be a big question they have to deal with. But for now, we're going to get ourselves back into pulls and get to see how much more they can learn from phase 3 at the moment and how much farther they can stretch these pulls.
Yeah, so we are, I mean, seen this phase a solid 197 times now, but I think we're going to be seeing it probably over 300, give or take, at this point.
You're feeling confident about your own poll prediction, is it?
I thought this boss would be dead before 300. I think I said 295, so I mean,
I want to say I'm around 260 on
I
my
thite you
full
said
prediction.
like 300 something the last time we checked Kalamazi, but
it might have been.
maybe I might have misremembered.
Like my days, they all run together. I'm either awake or I'm not. But
you know, in Germany we have a very popular children figurine. It's called Band das Brot, and it's just a depressed piece of bread. You sound like that guy quite a lot.
no, I'm not depressed at all. I'm just locked in.
Yeah.
I'm locked in. I'm serious.
right.
I got some monster flowing through me. I'm ready to go. Got a little power nap between my first shift. That
I
was
heard
great.
so, yeah.
Fell asleep on the couch, and I'm back ready to go. So
Just like Dad.
well, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's right, and so do these guys as they're getting our 3 toxic froths out that they're going to be using to detonate, jump over those toxic waves in time, and then a few seconds later, about 5 seconds from now, you're going to see a huge burst AoE onto the group, and of course it's going to be ramping up over the course of this phase. As you can see, stacked defensives, everybody trying to be stacked whenever possible, except for those lines going out. And here you have the webs that are getting dropped. We're using a lot of immunities to get out of these webs, avoid having to kill them if possible. You saw 4 or 5 out of 20 webs root there that actually needed to be broken out. Everything else was just immune. Now, you can see in the back, there's a lot of DPS who are pre-spreading right now in advance of the reactive toxins, because these are also going to splash other players. They want to make sure they can adjust their positioning well in advance so they're not splashing their allies, potentially killing them off. As this 4th and final soak, you absolutely must have everybody alive.
Yeah, one player dying means the entire ring gets one extra stack of this debuff, which is exceptionally hard to heal through if somebody does go down early. Thankfully, we pop 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everybody lives through this. The boss is at 64.72, which is actually a pretty low push into this shield that we've seen compared to earlier pulls. Just like you said, DPS is slowly coming up a little bit, but we do indeed make this intermission here with the entire raid alive. And big thing from earlier, if you weren't here on this morning and last night, Lust is not being committed on this shield anymore. It's now been pulled off and put into that phase 2 with those platforms and portals being the main focal point of progression at this point.
Yeah, as you can see, there's the red line at the bottom of Scott's screen, along with the blue progression bar. You can see they're well ahead of that push timer and will be breaking the shield as long as everybody else stays alive. They have a battle res for Riku. Oh, get him up quickly. And that's all they do. Unfortunate on that one. But maybe later. They have some time. If they're confident they can get through with one person down the entire time. As you mentioned, having to commit a lot of cooldowns into this intermission phase can be really, really brutal.
Yeah, it really can. And also with one player down, it might throw off their portal chases a little bit here. You see, I think it was Dryny coming through. They're initially getting that stun, or that dispel, which leaves that pool on the ground, I'm sorry. The good thing here is that they do indeed beat that second portal cast, so they save a portal swap there, essentially, being knocked over to this platform. There's 3 over here. This first platform has 2 ads, which you want to kill as quickly as possible, alongside this beam, which you want to bait right towards the front of the actual platform there. This pole, similar to the intermission, will pull you down. Whoa! Floor. That was a nice rescue. Look at that.
Cool.
Sang with the rescue right there. That was great. That's got to be pre-planned, right? It's not that fast.
Oh, yeah. Every time.
Still no.
However, sometimes they also fall. I still love
Sang a little.
seeing it, though.
Very, very cool. All right, so we see that second platform coming up here. This is the platform where that large shielded ad, which you see Sang targeting right here, exists. We need to kill this ad, basically break the shield and stop that cast before it finishes, or the entire raid will wipe. On top of that, we still have that portal in the back of the room requiring players to transfer from one side to the other every 10 seconds. And they've gotten a lot more... I don't want to jinx it, but
I
an
think
explosion, I'm
they've
pretty
gotten
sure.
better at it. So we did beat the timer on that shield ad, and the one thing that came onto this boss in Mythic difficulty is the 2 acolytes that they're currently finishing out on this side of the platform. Then the other side has an extra guardian, a Melia, that they need to deal with, but so far, so good. Last platform now for the ad phases. You can see some of the players being a little bit low on a raid frame. On the left-hand side of the L frame, looks like something went up there.
Important to note, they did not lust in phase 2 anymore. They're now going to be lusting in phase 3.
Very interesting, yeah. I mean, I think at that point when you hit phase 3, like we saw a few pulls ago, the whole raid's alive, the boss just hang in there, RP and whatever, just blast. Like rip damage, lust there, and see how low you can get it. I mean, you know you need damage, right?
I mean, that's pretty big what you're saying, Jack. Moving that lust away and still making the timer on that shield ad is actually great progression.
Yeah. Very, very much so. I still think 45 is a lot to chew through, but we haven't seen the whole part of phase 3 yet, so we don't know if there's any surprises along the way.
Phases.
I venture to guess at some point, by the end of tonight, we'll see the whole phase 3. We're getting more consistent. The whole raid's alive. We lost Riku early there, unfortunately, and used the res to a quick death once again, but you're even stable 19 men in that phase without lust. That's pretty impressive.
So when you say by the end of tonight we'll see the whole phase 3, do you mean we'll see until the end rage?
No, the boss is dying tonight. It's over.
Oh. Okay.
Cal's got his flight booked out of here and ready to go.
Oh, he's ready.
Swamp is calling.
The hurricane was flying through.
Yeah, he's about to...
I heard
get there and I'll fly through the hurricane if I have to.
Did it actually hit Florida?
It's making landfall, I think, tonight, something like that. But I'm over here.
I heard that there's hurricane cakes whenever there's a hurricane. Is that true?
Publix makes some, yeah. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, if the Waffle House closes down, then we're in trouble. Thankfully, you know, they ain't closing down until Cat 5. We're good to go. But like you mentioned, yeah, I think we're going to see probably the entire phase 3. I would hope so with this current line of progression we're seeing, that we will see the whole part of phase 3, knowing if we have 5 acolytes coming down or just another pair of 4 and singing at Soft and Rage. Having that data is big because you can go to bed saying, okay, We know what we need damage-wise. Analysts can take care of that and come back tomorrow with a even more precise strategy.
Oh, Chad is saying Waffle House is closed.
They closed in like Tennessee and stuff. Yeah, the store's going to Panhandle in Tennessee. It's like Georgia and Tennessee. I don't think Florida's boarded up.
Well, I hope you're all staying safe. The Raiders themselves, they hit a quick little break there. Cam's procced on their break timer, at least on Sang's PC. Jack, what do you think? When will we hit like end rage kind of situations on this box?
I would say tonight for sure. I think that we're going to get far enough in that we're going to see, or at least what we think is going to be the enrage.
Yeah.
If that's some impassable point of Acolyte spawns where we don't have enough players to actually grab, you know, those debuffs, and they have to find some kind of way around it, whether it's sacrificing a couple players, forcing the remaining 2, because I think we were believing it was going to be like 3, 4, 5, 6 or something like that.
I mean, so look at the middle of the, well, I guess I can't see, or they can't see it, but I can. There's 6 like points in the middle of the room, like where the, you know, the angles meet.
Yeah.
It goes 3 spiders, then 4. I bet there's going to be 6 coming down each part of the middle of the room at the end. I'm calling 6.
Okay.
6?
But 6 seems utterly insane too.
So you think it's 3, 4, 6?
3, 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, but
Sure.
That's
okay.
18, right?
So I can, on the math of things, if
I don't
it's
do that.
3, 4, 5, then
Math.
at 5 we already need to
12.
sack 2 players.
No, it's 12, right? Yeah, math. And then the debuffs we had before.
Because it adds up, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm getting the math wrong, but if we have 3 ats, that's 3 players that cannot take another debuff. Plus 4.
Dangerous to do math.
7.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Adds up to me. Checks out.
So what was Dratnos doing earlier then? I was listening to his math, and he said it doesn't work out. Where did that extra number
He's a
come
doctor,
from?
so he probably knows.
Yeah.
That's why I was trusting. I didn't copy it, but you're right. That does add up. So up to 5, we would be fine. Is that correct?
6.
Up to 6.
3, 4, 5 is 12. 6 is 18.
But you have to pick up the old ones every time,
You
right?
need to pick the old ones up
Okay.
too. Yeah.
You know what? We'll see when we get there. I don't know at this point.
So is it just
If
pick up
it's
1, go through
3,
portal, pick
4,
and drop
then
it?
it's 3 plus 7.
Yeah.
It's 12.
Right.
So 12 are already taken, and then we get 4 extra onto the 12.
Yeah.
Onto
Then
the
you have to,
7.
yeah.
I don't think
You have to do it again.
I think what Dratnos was
Because
saying
you'd
is right.
if you-
I trust Dratnos.
If they
Dratnos
drop
is not.
again,
I'm
you have
making
to
their heads
manage them
spin, Chad.
again.
It's going.
Right. they don't disappear.
Then when you hit 5,
Yeah.
which would be 12 players, then you have to find a way to sacrifice 2
Right.
players.
Exactly.
Math.
So
if they had 6,
so there's
it doesn't
no
matter
way there
anyway.
is 6, because then we're dead anyway.
I mean, there still would be the AoE damage they deal. There'd still be just more ads. I guess that would offer as like basically a hard and rage, or it would basically be a replacement for a hard